What is going on, Glitcher Gang? It is your boy GlitcherBro23 here, back with another review to Big L. This time we got Street Struck once again off of his debut album, Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous. Another track, like I said, this is a review because I have heard the album before. Before we get into this though, please somebody let me know, y'all Big L fans, please let me know where I can find a vinyl copy of this album for a reasonable price. Because I went to a website that, like, official website that was actually selling this, you know, but they're fucking sold out, you know, and it was actually for a good price. And like on Amazon and like eBay and shit, this album, like, for a vinyl copy is going for like $140. So if y'all don't mind, please suggest to me like a website or something where I could make a purchase for this a vinyl copy of this album for a reasonable price. I just had to put that out here at the beginning. So that, because I know you guys will actually see the beginning. But other than that, man, we finna check this out. This is actually, I'll save my thoughts and opinions about the track towards the end of the video, you know what I mean? But if you guys want to see more Big L reactions / reviews, do me a huge solid right now, man. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, comment what you want to see next, share your thoughts and opinions about the track and my review to it. If you guys want to join the Glitcher Gang Discord, as always, links down below in the description along with the reaction request form. But other than that, man, let's go ahead and get into it. Street Struck, Big L. This track definitely has probably one of my favorite bits of production. It's just so, like, mischievous, you know? Haven't heard this track in a minute either.
You never know when you're gonna get wrecked. Cause mad clowns be catching wreck with a tech just to get a rep. Instead of cool friends, they rather hang with bell dogs. Instead of going to school, they rather sell drugs. It's best to go to.
So he's talking about just kids in New York, Harlem, wherever you want to specify. These kids don't want to hang out with their cool friends. They want to start hanging with drug dealers. They want to start slinging drugs. You know what I mean? So, I'll go ahead and already tell y'all this track is basically just, like, L talking, like, some street shit, you know what I mean? Like, he's talking about street life and how if you're not prepared to live this type of style, you're going to basically die on the streets, you know what I mean? Like, it's a very informative track. To say, there was actually quite a few tracks I was very surprised to hear from Big L on this album, you know, but they ended up being some of my favorites, you know, aside from the few that we had reacted to years ago, you know what I mean? Still, there are tracks like Let 'Em Have It L and All Black that will probably still always be like high ranked tracks in this album, in my opinion, just because of what those tracks were when I reacted to them, you know. They were so, like, what the fuck, you know what I mean?
It's a lot of peer pressure growing up as a young teen. You never know when you're gonna get wrecked. Cause mad clowns be catching wreck with a tech just to get a rep. Instead of cool friends, they rather hang with bell dogs. Instead of going to school, they rather sell drugs. It's best to go the right route and not the wrong one, because it's gonna catch up with you in the long run.
See, like, and this was what I was really surprised, was just the fact that L was not that he was acknowledging this, but he was kind of like advising, you know, the listener not to go down this route, you know what I mean? Because he said in the long run it'll catch up to you. That's what I think was more surprising, you know, especially after hearing tracks like Let 'Em Have It L or All Black, you know, where he's just like talking his gang shit, you know.
To go the right route and not the wrong one, because it's gonna catch up with you in the long run. Brothers be on the corners acting stupid, getting lifted. Their life is twisted, and most of them are quite gifted. In other words, they got talent, but they rather sell cracks and bust gats and run the streets acting violent. So
see, and I love how, like, realistic he's being about it, you know? I would just say it now. This is one of my favorite tracks off the album that I hadn't reacted to. Yeah, you know what I mean? This seriously is. I just love the knowledge he's spitting out and, like, how, like, realistic he's being with the listener, you know? I absolutely love that. You know, he's like, He's talking about even buddies of his own, how they had talent as like MCs, but they, instead of, you know, becoming a rapper, they chose the more dangerous life and become a drug dealer. You know what I mean?
It's all about hitting skins and making some easy green. Cause that's all they show you on a TV screen. All they care about is a buck, a bust, and a sweet nut. They don't give a cause they street struck. You better listen with L Rhyme, cause being street struck to get you nothing for the wall of the jail time. So pay it.
And that hook right there, that is one of the realest things ever. You better listen to L Rhyme, cause being street struck will get you either a bullet or jail time. Like, there's no, like, like, if you get caught, you're screwed either way. You're either dying outside of jail, or you're dying in jail. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, it's such an easy message to follow. It's such a great message to, you know, give out to the listener. Like, that's crazy that L did this. This track gave me, like, earned huge respect, in my opinion, for L. Like, I earned so much respect for L earned so much respect for me for this track. You know what I mean? Like, I love the bangers like Let 'Em Have It L or All Black, and I'll keep mentioning those two because those were two of my favorite reactions, like, in general. But hearing this, like, L earned my respect with this one. He really did, especially hearing it on the album for the very first time. And like I said, there's quite a few tracks like this. And look, I like how he even reflects on his own life here. Like, there's a lot about this track I just have the utmost respect for, you know, for L on this track. There's just so much on this. I love how the fact he even reflects on his life on the second verse.
I started rapping and got nice as hell. If it wasn't for this, I might be doing life in jail.
And he admits
he admits
that he would be in jail if he didn't get into the rap game. You know what I mean? Like,
hell, if it wasn't for this, I might be doing life in jail. And some of my peeps are still in the game selling cane. If that's what you gotta do to maintain, go ahead and do your thing. But with the cash profit, make an investment and try not to go to the grave like the rest went.
And I like that. I like the way he flips it around. You know, if you're dedicated to the crack game, basically, he says make sure you put that shit, save that shit. You know, basically, like, but he said put it in an investment. You know, because you don't want to lose it all. You don't want to lose it all.
You could be rich with crazy loot, own a house and 9 cars. What good is that if you're dead or behind bars? And yo, it's not even funny.
Like,
I've seen a lot of.
What point is that money if you're dead or behind bars? Like, come on, there's so much. I fucking love this track, man. I really do. I'm glad we're revisiting this shit.
My peers give up their careers for some fast money. They could have been boxers, ball players, or rap singers. Instead, they bank robbers and crack slingers. Hey, yo, they used to be legit kids. Now they corrupt. They had dreams, but gave them up because they street struck. You better listen to L Rhyme, being street struck to get you nothing for the wall.
This is the realest shit you'll ever heard, for real. This is some of the realest shit you'll ever hear.
Some freaks to bone, but word up, I try to leave the streets alone. But it's crazy, hard kid. In other words, it's spooky. The streets be calling me like the crack be calling Pookie. It ain't a dumb joke. Listen to this young folk, 'cause where I'm from, you can choke from the gun smoke. Stay off the corners. That might be your best plan before you catch a bullet that was meant for the next man.
There's just so much he's saying on this track, and just trying to, like, warn you about this lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like that album says, it's lifestyles of the poor and dangerous. He's warning you about the dangerous lifestyles of living in the streets, you know? Like, that's just so, like, this is something that this generation, like myself, needs to hear. You know what I mean? Because I know so many people who, like, not so many, but I know people who did turn to this dangerous lifestyle, selling like weed or something like that, selling drugs, whatever the case may be, you know. Is it hustling? Yes, and I respect the hell out of them for hustling, because I'm a hustler myself. But if it catches up to them, man, it's jail time. It's not. I pray that it doesn't come to, you know, serious fatal injuries or deaths. But it's jail time for sure. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people in my friend group, especially like from the basketball days, that I feel need to hear this. For real, for real.
End up with a deep cut or relaxing on a hospital bed for being street struck. You better listen with L Rhyme for being street struck.
I fucking love this track, man. This is the shit that... Tracks like this is what makes me respect MCs. Tracks like this, where they spit knowledge, not like bars, not like storytelling, but where they spit knowledge, advice, and wisdom, man. Those are the types of tracks that honestly earn my respect before any of those hit singles, before any of those bar-filled tracks, any of those tracks I relate to. Knowledge and wisdom is like one of those things that earns the utmost respect for me as an MC, you know? Coming from a listener, that's what earns me the utmost respect. That's seriously, like, is one of the best tracks I heard, like, I've ever heard. Not in general, not even by Big L, like, just like, that's one of the best tracks you could ever hear by a rapper in general. You know what I mean? Like, there's another track on that album. I think it's the title track, but it's kind of like the same thing, but the message isn't as greatly, like, you know, I don't think it's as well said as it was on this track, you know what I mean? But I fucking love this track, man. I think, or maybe No Ends, No Skins may be the other one. I'm not too sure. But this track, like, hearing this on the album, it was just like, holy shit, like, that's like one of the realest things I've ever heard from L. You know what I mean? Like, it was great. It was a great track to listen to on first, and like, instantly, when I first was listening to the album, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be one I'm gonna add for sure. You know what I mean? This is like a for sure add. But the way I listen to albums, I listen to them 3 times on repeat, like, without adding anything. You know, I just listen to the album 3 times straight on repeat. Then I'll take a little break from it, you know, like listen to a few other records or another playlist of mine, whatever. And then I'll revisit the album and then add my favorite tracks from the album, you know, to my playlist. You know what I mean? But this is like genuinely one of the best tracks from that album, and probably one of the best tracks Big L's ever made. You know what I mean? So I love this track. I don't know if that was clear enough for y'all. I think it was a pretty clear message, but I love this track, man. Absolutely love it. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about that in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed and want to see more Big L reactions / reviews, do me a huge solid. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment what you want to see next. Share your thoughts and opinions about the track and my review to it. If you guys want to join the Glitcher Gang Discord, as always, links in the description along with the reaction request form for those of you who want to see me react to a request sooner or later. But other than that, man, this isn't no grinder reactions to Big L or nothing like that. This was just a couple of tracks that have been sitting in the list for a while from the comments that was suggested to me through the comment section, and I hadn't, and I'm just now getting into them, and unfortunately I hadn't listened to the album prior to that, so that's why they're labeled as reviews. But I appreciate y'all guys tuning into this anyways. Let me know if y'all want to see more from Big L. But other than that, man, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.